see dudes saying they got their passport and they about to go overseas to find their wife, and you see they have the initials SYSBM in their bio, which is short for Save Yourself Black Man. Those dudes are tricks. These dudes have a firm understanding that they're so socially awkward and so socially inept that they need to pay to have access to coochie. Thing is, they're so broke that they can't afford the cost of women, sex workers here in the United States. So these dudes with warehouse jobs, these the type of Negroes that work on the line up there in Detroit in the car plants, they take their little 35, 40K overseas because it stretches longer.
Talking about how they are sick of women in America and how they're going to get their passports and go overseas and find them a wife. When the truth of the matter is, you don't want a wife. You want a slave. You want a maid. You want a personal assistant. These women are in dire financial need. And it sickens me that you get online and vocalize and brag about getting your passports and going to these countries with these to get a wife who needs a green card to escape extreme poverty. Whether you pay her family, whether you pay her, no matter what the circumstance is, she is in a dire situation. How dare you capitalize off of the fact that this woman just wants to live and thrive financially. And then you call it a marriage. That's not marriage. It's modern day slavery, and I think that it's sick. I think that it's disgusting, and all you're really doing is sifting yourself from the real divine masculines and alpha males. Because when they walk in the room, we know it. You know why? Because we feel safe. And we're not safe with you. And we know it, and that's why we're disrespectful to you. That's why we don't like you, and that's why we don't give a damn that you're going to another country to find a wife. And while you're there, get the help you need to heal your inner child, because we know that you're unhealed, that you are narcissistic, and that you're a toxic person. So while you're spending your money on your new bride, be sure to get the help that you need to. We ain't mad. We don't want you. We see you. You're not a divine masculine. We ain't mad.
And I would be fine.
What was the key? What did your mother know? What truth was coming through your mother that's going to come through you to your daughter?
My mother gave us aphorisms to learn as children. And the one that there are two that stand out foremost in my mind. One is the inner reality creates the outer form. I learned this when I was in grade school. I was very young. And the other is the universe bears no ill to me. I bear no ill to it.
Alright. Just got the call, it's going down tonight. It's a lot of goodbyes here tonight. But then I saw the stallion that I like. Hair from Cali, I live in the valley. Then you look sexy.
Yo! What's going down? Like, share the video. What up, Howard? Mike? What's going down? You know? Every time I come on here, the internet connection is real janky over here, boy. I'm telling you. It's real janky. Damn. I paid the bill. This only happens when I go live. The internet connection starts to act like this. This is not a coincidence. you know, and I see other people that stream that have the same problem. And then you have other people that stream have no problem. So this ain't no goddamn coincidence. Don't tell me, hey, is this your computer? No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, It only happens with this computer. I got another computer. It doesn't do the same thing. So I don't, I don't want to hear a bunch of crap. But hey, we're gonna make it do what it do. I am supposed to get 800/800. What the hell is that? What's that mean, Mike? I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't know. It's back to the music video. Hey, you like these music videos, Mike? Cut it out. You like these videos. They're nice to look at. Yeah, happening every 2 to 7 days on my shit. I don't know. Yeah, man, but if you're on the East Coast, it's freezing out here on the East Coast. Damn. I'm talking like it's freezing everywhere. So I like the women. I know you like women. I like them too. That's why I put it up. You dig? Hey, there's a one. I went to a meetup last night. There's a woman in this video look just like somebody that was at the meetup. Of course, it ain't her, but yeah. But the woman at the meetup looked better. Shit. That's I was at the meetup. I'm like, hey, you look familiar. You look like the chick in the video. But I know it wasn't her. Plus the chick at the meetup she's much younger. She's in the 20s. Most of these women, they're in their 30s and 40s. And I would say stay away from women in the 40s. They're over the hill, so to speak. There's a difference between if you grew with that woman and she's in her 40s and 50s. Okay, that's understandable. But if I just met you today and you're in your 40s, I would I kind of want to stay away from that. That's nah, that's too old for me. That's too old for me, player. No. Let me see. A so-called guy talking about the beginning of the video. Oh, that guy's gay. That's a gay guy. You can't take a gay man serious. I know I don't. I mean, to me, a gay man is invisible. That's me. You know what I'm saying? And some people say, man, you cold, man, for saying something like that. Okay, I'll take that. But I don't call a gay man a man. He ain't no man to me. He's not a real man to me. He's just a degenerate. But that's how I see things. You might not see it that way. And hey, that's okay if that works for you. You got to keep in mind, my programming, the way I think, has worked for me for a long time. A lot of people don't like how I think. And that's okay. Do what works for you. That's what I always say. I said, how's your way going so far? how's your way going? That's why I always ask them if they don't like it. And second of all, you don't have to stay around me. I don't beg anybody to stay around me, man or woman. That's why I always say people always act like you have to stay around them or something like that. No, you don't. You don't have to stay around me or anybody. You have free choice. In reality, with the shapes, like the females in the video, are looking for stability over anything. So get your game up first, gentlemen. Well, yeah, I mean, you should want to be stable. As a man, what you should want, regardless of the woman. If when the woman comes along, that makes things much easier on you. That's all, really. It truly is cold up here. Yeah, even boiling water on the stove. Yeah, it's cold out there, bro. Yeah, last night was in the fucking, I think it was like 20 degrees. But it felt colder than that, though. That was the coldest day so far. Last night. I bet meet up, girls look better. Well, no. I said the meetup last night was different. Wasn't I meet up last night. One, that's only the second one I've been to since I moved here. Now that one was different, boy. But I didn't go there for the pickup chicks. I went there. I'm in the real estate. That's why I went there. I want to connect and meet people and see what the market's like in Charlotte and the surrounding areas. So that's why I went there. Hell with the looks, and I'll get to that later. The women, they're not going anywhere. Trust me, there's more than enough women here in Charlotte. Trust me on that. There's more than enough women here in Charlotte. More than you can probably handle, if you know what I mean. I'll push back, Sharp. A man can go over the hill. Also, some females over 40 are widowed due to marrying an older man. They still have energy, but to each his own. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean, it's your preference. It's every man's preference. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll give you an example. The main reason why I say to leave the women in the 40s alone, because some guys want kids. And when women hit the 40s, a lot of women have a hard time delivering kids. So that's like one of the main reasons why I say leave the 40-year-old chicks alone. And a lot of women in their 40s already have kids. And they're not, probably more than likely, aren't willing to have any more kids. So that's why that's what that 40-year-old woman idea is all about. Now, are there some good women in their 40s? Good mothers in their 40s? Are they some women in their 40s that would make good wives, or maybe they already been married already? Like you said, the 40-year-old widow? Yeah. I know some 40-year-old women that's widowed. Some are looking to be married. Some wouldn't make good wives. Yeah. There's some out there. But some of them have kids already, and then some don't have no kids. So if she don't have no kids, if she's willing to have kids, and can she deliver? She might not know if she can deliver. You know, a lot of these women, you know, they still in the club. They stay, you know, they're drinking and the drugging and, you know, for years. And a lot of that shit affects your body, especially a woman, as she get older. You know, you're smoking cigarettes like a chimney. You're smoking weed. You've been smoking weed for, I don't know, 20 years, and you're drinking like a fish. You've been doing that for 20, 25, 30 years. You're not getting enough sleep. You know, that shit'll run your body in the grave. It'll tear your body down. You know, so is that woman healthy? Can she deliver at 45, 42, 40? I don't know. Depends on the woman, you know. And she might have sniffed cocaine from time to time. You know, well, I don't know. That shit affects your body. It tears your body down. She might say, well, she might say, hey, I didn't do it all the time. I just did it every once in a while. But it still affects your body. You know? See, like, oh, I did it. I quit 5 years ago. I used to sniff cocaine 15 years. Well, goddamn. That's 15 years of wear and tear. You know? Do you want to have a baby with a woman that abused drugs in the past? I don't. Now, you might say, I don't got a problem with it. She don't do it no more. Yeah, but that don't mean the damage ain't done. Now, you might say, well, the body can heal itself. Yeah, that's true. But I don't know if is she proactively doing the right things to heal her body and create new cells? I don't know. There's so many questions you would have to ask, get to know her over, I guess, a long period of time. You know what I'm saying? It gets very complicated. You know, really. So it depends on the guy. Really. But that's just something to think about. You know, there's a lot to think about. Shit. But you know, every once in a while I'll get a question and some dudes will say money makes a woman loyal and faithful. I'm like, well, no, because there's a lot of women right now. Well, let's use a celebrity example. Let's look at Tom Brady. His wife, they're not married no more. Last I checked, when it comes to reports, and especially being in Florida, you can get a divorce fast in Florida. I didn't know that, you know. So based on that logic, she got money and Tom Brady got money too. So why would she leave? If it's about money, you know, if it's that important, it wouldn't make sense for her to leave. He got money and they both have money, you know. And then you have some of these other celebrities, their wife ain't got no money. And she still left. And she ended up smashing the trainer or some shit like that. So why she left? Not only did she leave, the bitch was a drug addict. sniffing cocaine and still left. And got the spousal support, and that's it. The kids didn't go along with her. The kids stayed with the dad. You might know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna call no names, but you might have an idea what I'm talking about. So the dad, he's a single dad, all the kids with him, and the mom left, cocaine sniffing, smashing the personal trainer. You know, so a lot of that stuff based on based on the logic that a lot of guys believe, you know, these women shouldn't go nowhere. If the guy got the money, you know what I'm saying? G-Star, he's from down under, baby. He's from down under. So my last podcast was classic. Oh, I appreciate that, man. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, it was about open relationships. That was pretty good. I gotta have to admit that was a pretty good one. The last two podcasts, I actually enjoyed those two. The last two of them, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna say the last three. I actually enjoyed it. Now I got another one that's coming out not next week, but the week after Thanksgiving. It's another one. I reached out to this lady that was on Twitter, and she's I guess you would call her she believes in non-traditional relationships. I would say, you know what I'm saying? She don't do the traditional relationship at all. You know, anything but traditional. There's nothing about her that's traditional at all. Very interesting woman. She's from Canada, Vancouver. She's and she said her daughter is just like her, and her son is actually got married, and he has a traditional relationship, you know. So yeah, you know, and she's like 52, 53. She's 53. She lives in Canada. She's very interesting people on and she got a website coming, and I think she's gonna be teaching some of these couples, or maybe men and women that want to have a open relationship and live that life, you know. Me personally, I don't want to I wouldn't want to have the woman I live with sleep with another man or woman. You know, I have my reasons for that, you know, and it's not just because of the sex either. It's much deeper than that, you know. That's most guys the problem most guys would have with an open relationship. They don't want their woman being with another man, you know. But I don't disagree with that, you know. But my reasoning goes much deeper than that, you know. But hey, you know. But this woman that I interviewed, I haven't put the video and recording out yet. But she likes being in an open relationship. She feels like the traditional relationship with most guys in today's time, she feels like you don't have no freedom. She wants to be free. So I think I asked her, what's the difference between freedom and being accountable in a relationship. And, you know, that she kind of really couldn't answer it, you know. Yeah, but whatever. When the interview come out, you let's listen for yourself. You just tell me what you think. I found her on Twitter, you know. Yeah, I found her on Twitter. I thought she was very interesting. Now she's a very intelligent woman. I saw her on Twitter. She was half naked. And I was like, she's saying some good shit, but why are you naked though? You know, I know why she does that. She's doing that to get attention, but she doesn't have to do that. That's, you know, I don't know, you know, but I'm thinking she doesn't realize that. You know, see, the draw is her being half naked. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Yeah, but she's not a stupid woman. I can just tell. If you talk to her, she knows what she's doing. She's not stupid at all. It's definitely because they're going deeper. Accountability equals crickets. Yeah, I mean, a lot of women don't want to be accountable, and they don't have to, because in North America, I mean, when women do shit, what happens to them most of the time? Nothing. Yeah, nothing really happens to the average woman. So women don't feel like they have to be accountable. You know what I mean? That's usually how it goes. You know, I mean, if a woman can wake up one day and change her mind, you know, and she feels that way because the guy, well, he ain't gonna say nothing, you know. And this ain't just started. It probably been going on for years or months. So things will escalate, and she'd be like, "Well, I can do what I want. I have a lot of freedom over here, you know." So it is what it is, you know. A woman might beat a guy up or get violent with a guy, and he'll be like, "Oh, stop. I'm like, stop. I mean, if a woman feels like she can get violent with a guy, I mean, what would make her think she could get away with that? Think about that for a second. What would make a woman feel like she could jump on a man and be safe? I mean, think about it. I mean, I never had a woman jump on me or get violent with me. You know, now I had some women try to talk tough, but they knew better. No. They knew better. Talking is one thing, but taking action is another thing. You know, but I mean, I've seen videos of women online smacking the guy, punching the guy, and I had one white woman, she pulled out a knife on a guy. Like, this is like what? About 3 months ago, it was a white woman that killed the guy, allegedly killed the guy, and the blood was everywhere. You know, what would make a woman even think she could get away with something like that? Think about that. Think about it. And money ain't got nothing to do with it. Wait a minute. Unless she had a life insurance policy on the guy. Unless she had a life insurance on the guy, But if that's the case, I guess she felt like he was more valuable dead than living. If that's the case, so that means that bitch was greedy. She wanted all the money for herself. And today, it's kind of hard to get away with murder today when it comes to taking out life insurance policy. Because if the insurance companies, they'll put you on blast. If they think it's some shady business going on, they'll get the cops involved. today, because these insurance companies they don't be wanting to pay out money like that. They don't be wanting to pay out no money. Because they be looking at like, okay, when does this person take out the life insurance policy on this person? If it happened like 2-3 months ago, that's like a red flag. You know what I'm saying? It's like all of a sudden, they'll be like, hey man, this, and then it's, oh, what happened to the person? They got killed overseas or poisoned or stabbed or shot or something like that. That's kind of a red flag right there. Back in the day, you could easily get away with that type of shit. But today, not so easy. So money, at the end of the day, money is just, it's just a tool. You can get good at using it to your advantage for sure. And money gives you options. The more options you have, the more opportunities you can create for yourself and your family and your friends. And the more time you have to spend with the people that you know, like, and trust and love. And you won't have to worry about them damn bills so much. You won't be stressing and shit. And you won't have to go to that job and kiss the boss ass. If the manager or anybody get out of pocket, you can tell them kiss your ass. That's how it feels to go to a job and you be like, look, I don't really have to be here. I can leave and I'll be fine. You know how that feels, man? I had that feeling, man, so many times. Yeah, I mean, oh man, man, I'm at the job on cruise control working. I'm smiling. They be like, damn, he smiled all the time. What the hell he got going on? I'm smiling because I just got paid before I came to work. That's why I'm smiling. I got paid before I came to work. That's why I'm smiling. That's a different type of posture, man. Different type of energy. And then people in there become curious, like, what the hell's up with this dude? He's always in a good mood all the time. They be like, I don't know about him. You become like a mystery to them. And you don't have to be nervous. You won't have anxiety like a lot of people have. And I've been that guy. I had anxiety and shit. I didn't even know it was anxiety. I just thought I was nervous, but that's really anxiety. When you go to that job, it's like they ask you to do overtime. You don't want to say no. You know what I'm saying? Because if you say no, you feel like they'll start riding you and get on you. And then and then eventually you lose your job and all that shit. But you won't even have that type of pressure. I'm telling you, man. That's what the money is really for. You know, the money keeps score and gives you opportunities and time to do other things that really matter to you. You know, and you don't have to worry about the bills. You know, it's like, God damn. Now, you're always going to have money problems, but there's different levels. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a good problem to have. But when you don't have enough coming in, oh boy, that's when, whew, boy, shit is rough, boy. That should wear you out too, boy. You know, when you're in between paychecks and all that shit, oh man, I'm telling you. And the only out of that trap, that's what it is. It's a trap. Only way to get out of that trap, you're gonna have to take some chances. And you're gonna have to be strategic. And you're gonna need help. You're gonna need support. And you're gonna need skills. You can't go at it alone. You know, especially when you get older. When you get older, shit change when you get older. I need support now. I can't do all that shit I used to do when I was in the 20s and 30s by myself. It's like a football player. Let's take Tom Brady for a second. Since I was talking about football. Tom Brady ain't the type of quarterback he used to be. He can't do it the way he used to. He's not productive as a quarterback as he was when he was in New England with those mediocre ass players he had. He might have had one receiver and one running back that was worth any goddamn thing. He can't play that game no more. He needs 2-3 receivers and a good running back and a good line. In New England, they ain't really had no good line. You know, he just got rid of the goddamn ball. You know, they had a good tight end, Gronk, and a good wide receiver. That's it. Everybody else were rookies or mediocre. You know, he comes to Tampa Bay. When they can't run the ball, he gets hit, get rushed, sacked. It ain't the same. It's not going to go well. They probably going to end up losing the game. Or the receivers is hurt. You know, Mike Evans ain't on the field. Godwin ain't on the field. Or if they are on the field, they probably hurt. And they're probably not going to win. Because Tom Brady's being rushed or sacked because they're not blocking up front on the line. So they're probably going to lose. Now, in New England, he would just get rid of the ball real quick. And he'd probably be fine. But it's not the same anymore. He's gotten older. He's not as sharp as he used to be. He's missing throws. He's throwing high. He's missing reads, you know, because he's gotten older. And so that's normal. You know what I'm saying? When he was younger, he would pick up things fast. He didn't throw a lot of bad passes. But look at him now on tape. You'd be like, God damn. Same as with Aaron Rodgers. He's doing the same thing. You know, he's missing pass. Hey, if you saw the game last night, Aaron Rodgers missing throws, throwing high. He just ain't throwing at all sometimes. He's like, well, I just didn't see him. That's what he said in the press conference. You know, the tape don't lie. All you got to do is just look at the tape. You know, and that's okay. As you get older, hey, you need support. I mean, you really needed support when you was in the 20s, but you can get away with it. You know, you could get away with it when you're in the 20s. You know, it's like you could get away with staying up all night in the 20s and even in your 30s. And the next day, you'd be fine. You'd probably stay up all night till 5 o'clock in the morning, get 3 hours sleep, wake up, go to work next day. No problem. And when you come home, when you get off work, take a nap, wake up 2 hours later, eat, take a shower, get dressed, go out, do the same shit over again. And it wouldn't bother you. Do that shit in the 40s, 50s, see what happens. Stay up all night and go to work the next day, see what happens. Your ass be tired as a motherfucker. So it's a different ball game when you get older. You know, just like a woman. A woman the same. Well, I think women are worse when they get older than guys. Women as they get older, a lot of women, they start to smell different. That's another thing. You know, they start to smell different, man. They don't they start to smell different, start to look different, they start to talk different energy. And women today, they don't take care of themselves as much as they used to. That's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I was growing up, women wouldn't be sick like they are today. Women today, they be popping pills and all kind of shit. So that has a lot to do with it. Not just that, go to the job and get threatened as if they don't do what the boss wants, you will get terminated. Say, no, you have a weight lifted off you, knowing you have more skill and can get another job. Exactly. You know, the weight is off your back. You know what I'm saying? Weight is off your back, man. The pH balance. Well, yeah, it's a little bit of everything, man. You know, a lot of women have bad hygiene today. And a lot of guys and a lot of women don't want to talk about that. You know, yeah, yes. I've ran into a bad one before, I must say. And it's always seemed like it's the good-looking women have bad hygiene problem. I'm like, what the hell's going on here, man? You know, it's and when it happened to me, I didn't really know how to react. You know, I'm in the 20s at the time. I'm like 24. And you know, and let me tell you what that is. If you were a woman and she take her panties off or take her pants off, and you smell something that smell like rotten fish, something like that, what that is, she done got some bad D. And it's too many guys that's been up in there, more than likely. But she's definitely got some bad D. And now you might say, well, how come she can't smell herself? That's the same question I ask. And a lot of women are in denial about their hygiene, which is a weird thing. You know, I mean, how the hell can you be in denial about how you smell? That doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, it's kind of like you let's say you laying down on your bed, and your underarm is right beside your face, right? And how the hell you don't smell yourself if you laying down in your bed? You know, it's like, and then if you I guess laying down. I mean, I don't know. How do you not smell yourself? I don't get it. I don't know. Guess I have to ask a woman. I never actually asked a woman that question, but I didn't really. That's just like a mystery to me. Women today are not working hard at the office. Bullshit. They are working hard at that office. That's a damn. They work hard at that office. They have hard work and dedication. Shit. Now there's some women that ain't, but I would say the majority of them are. Too many people in the pool. They fix that smell. Yeah, they can fix the smell. They gotta go to the doctor. They got something for their ass to clean that damn. Really, it's really an infection. That's what they got. If they go to the doctor, they'll give them a pill to cleanse their ass so their body can get back on the regular cycle. Yup. They can get rid of that shit. Or there's a herb too. But most women don't know nothing about that. You know. Most women don't know nothing about that. But hey, man, I just uploaded a new episode on my Patreon, man. Was it last night? Yeah, that was last night. Yeah, this shit is fire, yo. For real. You know? And I got a new one coming next week. A video. It's an hour long. I'm talking about a little bit of everything. That son of a bitch. You know, I'm talking about getting some money, and I'm talking about just living a better quality of life. You know, and I'm talking about a lot of these fools that's on the internet that a lot of people listen to. Got to be careful who you listen to, just period, but especially online. It's an infection or STD. If you stay in a toxic environment, you will not notice the smell after a while. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess that makes sense. They said, some people say after a while, everything becomes, I guess the smell becomes normal, or, you know, it's kind of like when you get used to something, it becomes normal. I mean, you know, I guess I can understand that. Yeah, but it isn't. I think it's an infection. I was told that it's an infection. You know, if it smells like fish, that's probably an infection. You know, kind of like I'm not even talking, and Chet, I'm not talking about a yeast infection. By the way, I'm not talking about a yeast infection. I'm damn near all women will get a yeast infection at some point in time. You know, I'm not talking about a yeast infection. If a woman gets a yeast infection, that shit don't smell. If I'm not mistaken, you know what I'm saying? Because I have seen a woman with a yeast infection. I didn't smell anything. I just saw the shit look like white, how do I say it? Kind of like white buildup. That's what it looked like. That's what a yeast infection looked like. You know? But there's another infection where you'd be like, this shit smell like dead fish. You know? No, it's not even musky. No. It's worse than musky. I mean, it's like, God damn, like somebody died in that motherfucker. Like, yeah, man. It's like, yeah, you know. And you know what's crazy? I've smelled women in public. Well, in public, they got clothes on. I smelled women in public public. And they fully clovered. You know, now I don't know, maybe it's me. I have a sensitive, I can smell, you know. I remember when I was on a van when I was in Mexico. And I went on a tour in Mexico when I went to when I flew in Cancun, and I stayed outside Cancun in a I forgot what resort it was. But I was in the back of the van, and this woman was in front of us. And she got up to get out before we did. And I could smell her through her dress she had on. And I was like, oh my God, God damn. I mean, God damn, man. And you know, I'm not looking for anything bad or smell. You know, this shit just, you know, I don't know what to say, man. I'm not looking to smell anything bad. It finds me every once in a while, man. You know. You know, I don't like a nasty woman. They did. I don't like a nasty woman, man. You know. And another thing. There's another thing. A lot of guys like to come in women. And if the guy is not healthy, he don't take care of himself. Or maybe he could be a drug user or whatever, right? He doesn't take care of himself. And if the woman let the guy come up in her, and if she don't push it out when she go to the toilet, that could give a woman infection too. That's another thing. You know, it's not just is his cum. Not any cum. Now, if the guy's healthy, okay, no problem. You know what I'm saying? The more the merrier if the guy's healthy. You know what I'm saying? But if the guy is not healthy, if he's a drug user, smokes cigarettes like a chimney, drink alcohol like it's like out of style, you know, that's probably not the best guy you want to have bust up in you all the time. And plus, she don't push out when she go to the restroom. That can give a woman an infection too. You know? I didn't even know that until about 15 years ago. I didn't know that until 15 years ago, man. That man has been clubbing around, going on a spree. Yeah. You know? So a lot of women don't even know that. And you know, a lot of women, believe it or not, they don't know about their bodies. They don't know about they don't know about their own bodies. You know, if you say anything about your body or her body, first thing she'll say, "You a doctor?" I'm like, "What the hell? The doctor don't know nothing about my body either. I know more than him about my body than him." I said, "Hell, when you go to the doctor, shit, he's just looking at the damn paper before he come in the room and ask you questions. It's process of elimination. He's trying to figure it out just like you trying to figure it out. If you trying to figure it out, if you just solely depend on him, oh yeah, he don't know shit about your body. It's process of elimination, basically. You don't have to be a doctor to figure out what's wrong with you. You know? I mean, unless you're just reckless. If you're a reckless motherfucker, okay, that's a different story. But if you're a type of guy that care about yourself just a little bit, or you try your best, you pretty much have an idea of what's probably wrong, would you? You know, even before you went to the doctor's office. But if you tell a woman what I just said, you know, oh, you think you're a doctor? No, bitch. Shit. I ain't dumb. That's all, I know that much. I don't want to be a dummy now. I can't be dumb out here. I can't afford to be dumb. You know. But yeah, a doctor, he don't know. He or she. And plus, think about this thing. You got a doctor that look worse than you. In some cases, the doctor weighed 250. He smoked cigarettes and sniffed coke on the weekends. Man, come on, man. If you weigh 250, I'm not listening to you. Come on, man. What we doing, man? You look like you just came out of a hot shower. You know, come on, man. Don't. What we doing? I believe in leading by example, man. How the hell you gonna tell me to lose weight if you overweight? A big ass stomach hanging over the belt, doctor. Come on, man. What we doing? What we doing out here, man? We don't lead by example no more, man. Out here, it's rare. Let me tell you how rare it is leading by example. When it happens, a lot of people are shocked. It's shocking when we see people leading by example today. A lot of us, we be like, "Oh my God, he's crazy." You know, that's what I grew up looking at. Yeah, to me, that's normal. You know. But yeah, that's what we are today. It's shocking when people be like, "Oh gosh, he's so crazy." But hey, man, I'm gonna put the link in here, man. If you want to talk about anything, jump on. Join the come on down. Come on down. Yeah, but man, it's like it takes a little bit more than money to it takes money to start a family, but it takes more than money to keep a family. You know, that's how that is. You know, but having money does help, but it's gonna take more than that. Because if I mean, the bitch will leave you and you know try to rip you. If you a lame dude,
What's up, man?
yo,
You were saying what you about to say?
what's going on, man?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm alive.
I was just talking about money.
Oh, yeah. And you were also talking about the pH balance stuff. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, man, that shit is important, man. You know, nobody wants to talk about that.
How they want to talk about it, they can't talk about it. Shoot.
And you know what, man? I can't stand a nasty woman.
Both ways.
Man, that'll turn me off like instantly.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
I remember, man. I went to a woman's house. I met this girl at a nightclub, and I don't think she wanted to go back to her house, but she had to go back because she left her wallet.
Mm.
So I'm riding with them now, her and her girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So they said, "Hey, I gotta go back to the house because I left my wallet and it has her ID and everything in there, right?"
Right.
So so all of us went inside. And we went inside. This bitch had shit everywhere. And I said, "Oh my god!" Her clothes were everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
on the floor, on the chair, on the bed. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, and then you know what she said? "Hey,
But
uh, find a way to get in." I said, "Well, clean this motherfucker up." Hey, don't tell us how to come in now. They clean this mother up.
I mean,
She
you
ain't
can
like
pay for
that.
cleaning crew. You can pay for people to come in and clean once a week. Now, seems to be the thing. So yeah,
Man,
I mean,
a lot of people don't think like that.
mm, mm, yeah.
Don't think like that. And plus, this is a small town, bro. It ain't like that in some small towns like that. Not like
Oh,
that.
okay.
It's small town. Small town USA.
I haven't lived in any of those before.
You know? Well, yeah, you from Baltimore, right?
Yeah, yeah. But I
Yeah, I'm
mean,
from
I've been
Seattle.
overseas,
Yeah. Well,
and I've been to
overseas,
Georgia.
you never been to Georgia?
I've been to Georgia twice. North Georgia
Okay.
near Augusta, and then in Fort Stewart.
Yes. Augusta, I don't call Augusta a small town. No.
No, no.
No, when I say small town, I'm talking like less than 10,000 people.
Huh.
Less than 5,000 people. Less than
I,
1,000 people. That's small
and how
town.
far is how far is the nearest bigger city that's above 10,000 when you talk about small town?
Maybe
So say
45 minutes.
other than that, there's no small town out here. So I was about to say that we got a countryside, and there might be what 500,
Well, that's
and
like
that,
that
but
would
they
be
don't
like
have to.
suburbs.
Yeah, but no, where I am is kind of suburby, but you know now it got turned into a mini city in my area. So,
Yeah.
but you drive outside of here and you get to some rich people's homes, which used to be farmland, and it could be 500 people, but they're not.
Well, that's
It would
more
be
like
5 minutes or 20 minutes from each one, so they would always be connected with the other one within 5 or 10 minutes. They
a community.
right, in each way through that community. So it's weird. It'd be going on for 35 to 50 miles, but yeah,
Uh,
it's
like
a nice
where
little patchwork.
let's tell you where I'm from. I'm from Georgetown, South Carolina, and the
Mm,
next town is Myrtle Beach.
mm, mm.
So where I'm from, it's about uh, I'd say almost 80,000 people in the in Georgetown County, right?
Mm,
And
mm.
Myrtle Beach, I don't know how many people Myrtle Beach got. I don't know. If I had to guess, it's over 100,000
Mm.
people living in now as far as Horry County, which is Myrtle Beach is Horry County. I
Right.
would say Myrtle is Horry, Conway, Socastee, North Myrtle Beach,
Hmm.
um, uh, Surfside, yeah, Surfside Beach. So that's probably like 200,000 people just
Mm.
in the Horry County itself. And that's a huge area, huge. And you got different, a lot of sounds in between. That's the thing. You got the rich people in the private neighborhoods that's guarded mostly, and then you got the super rich, and then you got the working class neighborhood with the HOA and all that bullshit. That's like,
Right, right.
and then you have if you go in the country areas,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of little small communities. They're everywhere, you know.
Mm.
So it's a very where I'm from, man. I've never seen any place like it in the country. I never seen no place, and I've been to a lot of these. I've been all over this country. I haven't. There's no place like home. I say that people will be, oh, that's just a cliche statement, but no, they're like, really. There's no place like home. There's no place where I'm from. Other places are
Yeah.
not like where I'm from. They're not made up like that. They're not. It's not built like that. It's not the same.
Okay. Yeah, I'm agree because Baltimore does some weird shit. Like, say for instance, gated communities here. Yes, there's some Section 8 or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, they got their apartments, everything. Cool, cool. There's gated communities, but usually it's hood people that got money and they don't want their hood family members coming in. Whatever. So there's that. I am not going to give anybody a pass. I know I used to live there too, so that's how I know. So they can't say, well, you're just making it up. Nope, I used to live there. What is it? And we were all cool. But yeah, I've never, ever, I think I've seen one gated community where there were rich people living there. Just one. That's it.
Really?
Now,
That's it?
some apartment buildings will have, key card stuff, but you
Oh
can get
yeah.
that for
Yeah.
65 and up towers. You can get in the
Yeah.
parking lot for most of them, so you could park there.
Oh.
You won't get
So they don't
towed.
have a lot. They don't have a lot. So they don't have a lot of gated communities there.
Nah, maybe I have to go out there and look again, but
Hmm.
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
Not
there's a lot of
over. Your door might have a gate key or something, like a keypad or something
No,
like
I'm
that.
talking when I say gated, I'm talking about they got security.
Right, right. Nope, not even that. No. Mm-mm.
Oh damn.
Very,
They got
very few.
not only do they have the gate or card access, the
Right,
security is there too.
right, right. No, no. Let's see. There's that one over here in Lock Raven. On West Baltimore is where I lived over there. That's one of the communities. I think there's two or three others. That's it.
Oh damn.
That's it. I've had friends and family members in all of them. They say the same thing. So nope, nope. But the ones that are hot, like one of them that I lived in, on not Cold Spring, Green Spring Avenue. Whew. Elevators, thick brick walls, so you can't hear your neighbors or anything, even if you're
Yeah.
shouting at the top of your lungs. Thick, heavy metal doors, balconies looking out at beautiful trees and gardens. No, they don't like gates up here. They want to see everything. It's nature. Want to see it. Nope. Gates are too much. If I have to put guards there, you have a problem. That's the way they look at it.
Yeah, where I'm from, it's a lot of that shit, man. As a matter of fact, G4S used to have the contract at most of them.
Oh, the government?
Yeah, G4S used to have the contract. It's the security company. Well, they're not. Well, they got bought out. They have Allied Universal now, but they used to have the contract at all them gated communities. And most of these gated communities are by the beach, the ocean front.
Now that I believe.
They're like high above sea level. Most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe it with transient areas. People can come and go out. You wouldn't know.
Yeah. And most of the people
I know it sounds.
most of the people don't live there full time in them houses.
Right.
They don't, and they
Is
I think the where I'm from, there's a gated community called Debbie Doo. It's
okay.
it's probably the richest neighborhood I ever seen like in my life. Yeah, I think they got the biggest house I ever seen for sure. It's like a glass 10 level house. It's sitting
Oh
on
wow.
a cliff, like them houses you see on a cliff.
Yeah.
It's sitting on a with 10 levels. At the time, it was what they said 50 rooms and $100 million. And I was now this is when the only reason I know this because I used to work there during the summer when I was a kid. And I asked him, I said, hey, I asked one guy, he was a trust fund baby.
Mm-hmm.
And he said the house is like family thing, family business, whatever. And he was saying shit was passed down to him. He didn't have to do shit from scratch.
Mm.
He didn't have to start anything. And then I
So
asked the security guard, hey, how much is the average house down here? He said, if you ain't got 10 million, they don't even want to talk to you.
yeah, I can believe that.
Because the houses down there is big as fuck. I mean, it's like, and I still to this day, I still ain't never seen houses that big anywhere else.
And it had a lot of land too, right?
Yep, at least it's over 100 acres. Easy. Easy. Yeah.
If I showed you
over 100 acres.
like I would show you like if you get a picture of a row home in Baltimore, you go on to Alexandria, Virginia, the same house up here, down there, when it was 99,000 here for one of them, was $1 million down there. And today, they're trying to sell these houses down here that used to be, I mean, some of the roughest places to live. Now they're trying to make it 200,000 or more. They're taking over the city and trying to push people out of the county.
Oh, that's new money.
Yeah.
When new money come through, I was just talking to a guy earlier today about that shit. That's happening in every city in America. When the new money come in, all the old shit got to go.
It's like what Dave Chappelle was saying. He said that these New York people or whatever moving into his neighborhood down in like the DC area. He was like, "Hello," and you guys look at him like, "Hello."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point because when the new people come in, they're gonna be like, "Look, I want to buy this condo, but hey, man, I don't want no nightclub waking me up at night." So what y'all gonna do with that? So they'll be like, "Okay, we know how to handle that. Let's just buy them out. Let's make them an offer they can't refuse."
Yeah,
and that's
somebody
that.
I know.
That nightclub gone.
Somebody I know, they had drugs going on in their neighborhood no more than a year ago, and now all of that's being cleared out. All of it.
They can clear that up
they could have cleared that out before. They cleared that out short time. Didn't take much.
They can clean that up. They can clean that up overnight, bro. They know who the people are. Who else? Yeah.
Oh, there's criminal activity here. No, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Oh,
The new money come
you
in
playing your music? Mm-hmm. You playing your music too
because
loud?
they
Get
got
out of
like
here.
they have a new philosophy when it comes to especially downtown. It's
That's not
like
new.
we want to live, we want to work downtown, we want to live downtown, and we want to play.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. We
But
don't want to
yeah.
drive. We don't want to drive to work.
Mm-hmm. They want to walk
So,
or take a quick trip. But here's the thing.
yep.
Then they're gonna try to say that, oh, well, you don't live close enough to this job, so you might
But
not
they
be able to
can't
get
say
here
that
in time.
no more.
Well, no,
Can't
not
say
to
that no more.
them. They'll say it to the people that they moved out to the county. And then it's hard to get the jobs because here's what my state did. It was really messed up. You got them to move out to these places, and you knew there was lots of people that didn't have cars or whatnot, or just was trying to ride transit. They were riding transit down here. But you only have one bus that leaves there like 6 in the morning and comes back around 7 or 8. So you get off earlier than 6, you stuck. If you start later than 6, in those hours, you're not going to be able to get in and out of your
Well,
area.
yeah, if you live in a city that's not
Well, you live
running
in,
24
yeah,
hours a day. That's where that
right,
coming.
right,
That's where that problem coming in. Yeah.
right. But it's one bus from this area, like I think it was Harford County or something like that. And I'm like, seriously, you don't think people working here? I mean, you get the chance. Take a look at how far away Harford County, just the lower tip of Harford County, is to Baltimore City, where there's a lot of jobs. Mm-mm, not
Well,
happening.
they don't care about the people that's on the outskirts no more.
Mm.
They're
Well,
they're they're moving downtown.
those people out there, and they developed it. Nah, mm-mm, nope.
They don't care about the
But then,
people on the outskirts no more.
but then a lot of people started working for what is the name of that? Aberdeen Proving Grounds, one of the military bases. But here's that thing about
They
that
don't
too.
even,
Remember I said that all those military bases were closed in New York and New Jersey and got moved down here. Well, they're living up there now.
yeah.
And they said they'd give us jobs for it, but it really didn't happen. So yeah, that's how that went.
Yeah. It's the majority of money is going downtown now. So I
Oh yeah.
mean, I don't really think they care about military bases no more. I don't really think they care. Really.
It depends on where. Like the ones in our corridor, the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia, yeah, they care. They care about that. They also care about the what's that, Dover Air Force Base? They care about that. Those four, or anything in that area, yeah. Some of them you won't even be able to see. You won't even be able. You wouldn't even know they were there. Once you know that they were there, you won't be able to see it at all.
I mean, most bases on the outskirts.
Right. It's like no. Like there's one Navy one. I can't say what it is because the way it's covered up, I don't want to start anything. But I can tell you right now, you can see it straight from the road, the name straight from the road, but you can't see the facility. And if you read what it says it is, you'll be like, you know what? I don't want to know what's in there. I
Yeah,
absolutely don't.
I mean, I'm not. I mean, no, I mean, most Navy bases they have to be inland. I'm
Mm,
not talking about
hmm
that's a given. But I'm talking like the
Right,
Army and the Air Force, and
right,
they're like in the outskirts. So
right,
like,
right. Like Aberdeen
I mean,
is toward yeah.
the
But I
only
know
way
what you
you
mean.
gonna go out there if you have a. Most people that work on base, they have a car.
Hmm
They usually have to
Well,
drive a little bit.
mm, yeah.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. What is the name of that? I swear there are so many secret spots out in the DMV. It's crazy. It is crazy. You ever hear anybody else say the name of those places? You're like, what did you do?
Yeah.
You can't find that in anything. You're
And
like,
like, I know years ago,
Hmm?
Remember years ago when they started closing down military bases across the country?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about a
They
minute
closed
ago.
the Air Force base down. Yeah, they closed the Air Force base down in Myrtle Beach. They closed that one, and they closed another
Hmm.
one in someplace else, like upstate in South Carolina. They closed another one. That's why I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, they don't give a shit.
What was that, force
And you know
reduction or
that
something like
base was
that?
a main. They said they cut the budget.
Right, right. But they
They
still
cut
got
the
more
budget.
money coming in. And
Well,
now you hear what's
that
going on,
Myrtle
right?
Beach. Well, no, Myrtle Beach took a big hit from that shit, man.
Right. No, I got it.
It
But
took
you,
them about 10 years to recover from shit.
mm,
And it sold some private investor, and they turned most of it into like condos and like stores
mhm,
in a housing neighborhood. But that took 10 years for that to happen.
right.
And that money ain't the same as the base money. No,
And did you hear that they don't
no.
have enough people in the military right now?
I'm not surprised.
Especially the
The
cycle we
gig is
went
up.
through.
The gig
Yeah.
is up.
Especially the years we went in, they were trying to
Yeah.
get the old people out, but the old people were trying to kick us out so that they could keep their jobs. I
Yeah.
mean, before that, you couldn't even kick anybody out. After that, during that time, nope, you got to go because I have to go.
Yeah.
They wanted to
I
make sure
remember
they
that.
got their money to leave. Like, all right, go.
Yeah.
They even
The
admitted
gig
it.
is up, bro.
Hmm.
The gig
It's
is
like
up, bro.
you didn't
Game
think
over.
you didn't think these people would have children. You didn't think they would tell their children, yeah, you don't want to go in there. Ah, mm-mm. It was just,
I mean, what's the benefit of going in there? No.
mm.
I mean, what's the benefit of going in there now?
What's the benefit of going in there without a degree in the first place? Most of the technology now, or most of the things that need to be done, or that you need to train on, you might as well have a
Well,
degree.
if you're gonna go in there, I would say go in there with a degree and be an
Yeah,
officer. That's
yeah, but everybody can't.
don't go in there as enlisted or
Mm-mm.
private. Fuck no. What for?
I would rather, I'd rather go in as a warrant officer. If I ever had the chance, I'd be like, look, take something and go be a warrant officer. There's some things they
Well,
have to do that they go through is weird.
you be more than a warrant officer. You be more than a warrant officer.
Hmm.
I mean, if you
But
had
from,
a bachelor's, even if you had an associate degree,
hmm,
you'd be more than a warrant officer.
yeah, yeah. No, I
Anything
just
but
like,
enlisted.
yeah, I just like warrant officer because the thing about being an officer is you gotta have people that you have to be responsible for. A warrant officer doesn't have anybody to be responsible for on a core value. You take care of yourself. You ain't taking care of all these
Yeah,
people. That's
yeah,
your
that's true.
job.
Yeah,
Shoot,
the warrant officer a warrant officer to me is like a consultant.
a specialist, basically. A
Yeah,
special,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah.
You're a
Yep,
mechanical engineer. You have a little bit of experience. Yeah, come in there, do a little
yeah.
something, and they can
And
cause a lot of trouble.
once he's done talking and giving you some recommendations, he gone. Talk
Right.
to you later.
Mm. He gave y'all
Have any
instructions.
problems?
He
Give me
told
a
you how to
call.
do it. Hmm. And I'll be back.
Yeah,
Shoot, mm,
exactly.
that's a great job. Great job. It'll
Yeah,
prepare you for being out here.
yeah.
Uh,
And then check. And let me tell you else what I like. I don't know how it is in the Army, but in the Navy it's like this. If you go on as an officer,
hmm
they give you like a window. If you don't like it, you can get out.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they
they give
did
you
that for
like
the
a.
enlisted too, right?
I think it's like a. Huh?
I think they do that for enlisted, right? Kind of.
Hell no. Fuck no. Once you get past boot camp, hell no.
Wow.
Hell no. Once you get past boot camp, shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take an act of God for you to get out of there, bro. The only way you get out, you write your Congress, or unless you do something crazy to get kicked out. I know some guys that wrote their congressman. That's how bad they wanted to get out. Because they tried everything else. They played crazy. That didn't work. That just put them in TPU. They call it temporary temporary unit. They put them in there for 6 months or 3 months. And then they send them back to their workspace, and they'll act crazy again, and they'll send them back to the temporary area again. So that's when they was like, I'm gonna just write my congressman so I can get up out of here. I said, bro, you've been trying to do it you've been in there for over a year. You should have done that the first time. They don't do that. Office, they don't do that. Officers don't have to go through that. They got like I think it's a 1 year window, if I'm not mistaken. They don't like it, they can get out. You get a general discharge, and that's it. Go about your business.
Right. But now they need people. So.
I mean, it's like, what I'm going in there for? I can't think of a reason why I would go in there today. I mean, maybe I know too much.
And now it's like college. It's for some people, it's not. I don't know what's going on with that age group, because it's like they don't want to go to college, but they got technical skills and everything, so they don't have a degree, but they have the skills, which makes sense. So they don't owe a whole bunch of money, and they're getting paid a lot of money, a decent amount of money.
Some people, I don't think some people should go to college. If I would go to a Ivy League college with some clout, I would go to Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Cambridge. I would go to West Point. I would go to West Point, but I wouldn't go to a University of South Carolina, or I wouldn't go to USC, or I wouldn't go to Wisconsin. I mean, what for?
What?
I wouldn't go to ITT. Well, no, I might go to ITT Tech or DeVry, something like that. If I wanted an acquired skill, I would.
But didn't they say they don't have enough people for that too? Enough degree professionals to even do anything right now? There's a very low number. That and doctors as well.
Well,
they don't have enough of that.
They said that during the pandemic. So I don't know.
They said that before the pandemic. Like 5 years
they don't have
enough. They don't have enough. They didn't have enough nurses and doctors then. And here they had programs to train you to be a nurse. Or they'll put you in. Sorry.
They always going to be on demand when it comes to healthcare.
Right.
Yeah, that's it's just too many goddamn sick people coming up in there.
Plus, you're spending so many years in there for that.
Yeah. The doctors are overworked. Nurses overworked. That's how that is.
And then the pandemic happened.
Yeah. But
I'd rather
I think,
They rather clean floors and whatnot than do that again.
well, I think, I think when it comes to, it just depends. I think it just depends. It depends on the person, man. Because everybody doesn't learn the same,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody's not going to be able to go to college,
Right.
and everybody's not gonna have the opportunity to go, and there's some people are gonna go online and learn what they need to learn,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna find a way to make it happen. They're gonna find a way
You
to
know,
get into that field
well,
some way,
I
somehow.
just I just thought about this. How about a non-degree profession? I know that there's those technical whatevers, and I know there's these other programs, but how do I explain it? I mean, it's a short
That
courses, not
could,
like AA degrees, but you're not getting a certification. You're not going to technical school. You're
I
getting
mean,
it's kind of
there's some
partially
people.
that, but it's the other part.
I mean, I know some people that's in IT that's like, yeah, they didn't go
Mm.
to school.
Because I'm gonna say this. There's some. It seems like to me that a lot of people that do these technical schools, like say for instance for my field working on network stuff, they don't have you on the physical stuff. They don't have you on. They barely have you on the software stuff. And I'm like, you need to play with this stuff. You need to have time for your personal time to mess with stuff and make it work. You can't just you can't just have somebody in there learn from a book and keep going. That doesn't make any sense. You need to be agile. You need to look at what you're doing, see how long it takes to log in, see how long it takes for stuff to power up, see how you can connect these things and make it work for yourself. Just play with it. After I teach you
Well,
something, play with it.
it
You play is the one thing that makes you learn stuff real fast.
well, it depends on how you got hired.
Mm, mm,
Some people got hooked up.
mm-hmm.
It's like I
Yeah,
said, some people I know they never went to school. They never took one class.
yeah.
So
America's funny like that.
they got taught what they got taught from day one how to do one thing, and
Well,
they just kept
the,
bullshitting their way along.
the thing about America too on that is that you could be one day you could be working in a toy store, not a manager, not nothing, stocking stuff on shelves, and the next minute, without a degree, nothing else going for you, and the next minute you're a manager of a floor in a tech company. You ain't got no background experience. You don't have anything. You never even touched anything electronics wise. You don't even know what you're looking at. And
Yeah,
now you're making $100,000 a year after making $20,000 a year with responsibility of people, you know. And the
yeah,
the most you can say, and getting stuff done requires the person that you asking someone else, the person that should have been in the position you have.
yeah.
So how does that make sense? And I thought it was just
You
happening to
don't.
black people. It's happening to white people too. I
Oh,
was
that
like, I
happened,
learned that early
bro.
on.
I was talking to a white guy the other day, and
Hmm.
I said, I gave the scenario you just gave.
Hmm.
I said, man, to me that shit is a fucking miracle, bro. No
Hmm.
degree, you're in a
Hmm.
supervisor, manager position, and you work your
Yeah,
way up to what, vice president or some shit. I said, to me, that's a fucking miracle, bro. That I don't know any black person that shit happened to.
in fact, let
I
me
don't
throw
know,
it
bro.
this way. This guy that I went to for small business appointment, what, right before the pandemic, he had several $100 million type of companies. He was just retired. He did this stuff for fun, right? Just to talk to young people. And he said I knew how to talk to people doing that, right? What he said was is that, and I knew this before, I've heard it before from other people who have rich family members and stuff like that who do businesses. He said that most of these people don't even understand what they're doing half of the time. They just got lucky. or you only know how to do one thing, and that one thing
Man,
you're good at.
ain't no luck, man.
Just
Well,
one.
yeah, like I said, it depends on how they get hired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how.
That.
That's if I had to guess,
Mm-hmm.
most of the people I know, I'd say at least over 50%. Yeah, that's the scenario. They didn't, even the ones that did want with school, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really. They're not. They don't do half of that shit they went to school for.
Right. Right.
So a lot of that stuff they went to school for, they probably forgot because they don't do it
Yeah.
all the time.
It just gives you enough to
And the ones that
understand what you're putting your hands
and the
on.
ones that didn't, and the ones that didn't go to school for it, they don't even know the lingo. They don't. They're like,
Right.
if you start talking to them about something you learned in school, they'll start looking at
Mm-hmm.
you like you speaking a different language. They don't know what you're talking about. They say, "Hey, man, just tell me what
And it
that
could go
means
the
in
other
layman's
direction.
term. I don't know."
And, and it could go the other direction where they talking this stuff. They know what they're talking about, but they're talking a whole different language. Like for
Yeah,
me, listening to somebody say, um, digital denial of service, a DDoS attack. I'm like, okay, so what's an analog denial of service? And they look at you funny. I'm like, okay, so you need to stop saying that. Because I'm like,
yeah, that's what I'm
please
saying.
stop. Please stop.
Yeah,
Stop adding digital to everything that's technology. You sounding stupid to the
yeah,
people that already know how to do this shit.
yeah. I told a guy the other day, I say the chances of me getting hired for a job that they know I don't know
Hmm.
is slim to none. It's like that almost never happens for people like me. I mean, I never got hired any job where I was clueless, did not know what the fuck going on. I said, bro,
Hmm.
that's never happened to me in my life. Well, every job I've had, I knew what was going on before I got hired. And because a lot of times we know that we ain't gonna really get no help when we start these jobs. We pretty much on our own, or you might, if you get lucky, somebody might look out for you a little bit. But for the most part, when we get these jobs, you're on your
Hmm.
own. You better know what you're doing before you take this job. All that
Right.
learning on the job, we don't really
Hmm.
get time like that. We don't get support
Hmm.
like that. You know,
Hmm.
that's
But
no. I've taken jobs, bro, and I thought it was gonna be that. I thought I was gonna have support. I thought I was gonna have time
mm-mm. Nope.
to learn, you know, like no, The first day I got there, they throw me in
Yeah.
the fire.
Yeah.
I don't have no month or two to learn what's going on and how they work in the flow and how how they operate. No.
And you're trying to learn it or trying to do it. Like say for instance what I did in the military. I was able to come up to the equipment. That's what the way we were trained is to know generally how this stuff works, how network equipment works on a wide area. And to be able to walk in any door with any equipment, look in a manual if we need to, and fix it within 10 minutes. And every time I've walked into a technical facility or anywhere, I can tell you where the problem is as soon as within 3 minutes where the problem is. Okay. I go
Well,
into I go into this job working for a regular company and I'm saying this is the problem and they're telling me it's something else. And after years and years of doing things and everything, finally I got to these people that knew what they were doing, but they kept acting like they didn't know what they were doing. Okay, I started talking to them and confirming what I said, and then started fixing stuff and fixing stuff and fixing stuff. So it was just like, why did you spend all this time making stuff up? I don't know. I
well,
asked you simple questions and you didn't even understand what you were doing in the first place.
Well, the problem is they're not organized like that. So they don't really have no checks and balance system like that, like versus being in the military. So people are kind of all over the place in most of these companies, especially the big companies. They're kind of all over the place. You know, it's like you don't know if they coming or going. and then they'll just hand it off to you. I'm like, what the hell is this, man? You know? And they want you to figure it out while they go to lunch or some shit like that. I'm like, how you don't think I'm going to lunch? You know? And they, you know, they smoking cigarettes, taking hella smoke break. You know? They're on the cell phone. So it's that type of party. These are the people you work with, you know? So I realized after about 5 years working in the IT field, I said, look, at some point, I'm gonna have to make a shift for me and create my own way. This shit ain't gonna work. And you know, I worked multiple jobs, so it wasn't like it's one company or two. No, there's multiple jobs. I like at some point, okay, I'm gonna have to figure out and make my own way. Now at that time, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know which direction I was going to end up in because I'm in the 20s at the time. But I knew that I said, man, I ain't gonna be able to deal with this when I get older. No, ain't no money ain't no amount of money in the world is going to help me deal with this when I get older. I knew it, you know, because I knew how much of how much it bothered me when I was in my 20s, you know. So I'm like, but one good thing I could say is when I got out the Navy and when I took classes, that probably was the best decision I ever made because when I got out, I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't have no skills in anything. I didn't really know how to do anything. Besides the stuff that I did when I was in the Navy, and that didn't apply out here. You know? So that's probably the best, one of the best decisions I ever made. You know? And one thing about being working in the IT field is very broad. You know? So you can get in where you fit in, basically, you know. So
one more thing before I leave you alone. How'd the election go for you?
How did it go?
Area? Yeah, I mean, who won there?
Man, I didn't keep up with it, bro. Because where I live at is it's like Charlotte is like a 50-50 city, red and blue city.
Right.
So there's nothing that they were talking about that would benefit me.
Yeah.
So I just chose to tune out, you know.
You know, some of those places where I was like, I wasn't feeling it. I just wrote my name in.
That was really, yeah, because
I put my name in. It's like, what's the point?
Some of these, look, if you really look at, let's take North Carolina. For the most part, it's a red state. Besides Raleigh, Hare, what's that other town? Winston-Salem is blue. So, if you go to South Carolina is a red state, except for Myrtle Beach, Charleston, Columbia,
Yeah.
you know, and I bring up in Georgia, same thing, except for Savannah, Atlanta, and Macon. The rest of Georgia is red. And I bring up
Right.
and I bring up that because these Democratic run towns, not all of them, but most of them are corrupt. I'm talking like on a level where, man, the Hollywood writers can't even make this up, bro. I mean, it's so
I,
corrupt, it ain't no hope, bro.
yeah, Baltimore has that too.
Damn.
I'm just like, who are these people that are getting elected in these positions? I'm like, my God.
No, it's much deeper than that.
Yeah, down to the
It's much
core of
deeper
the
than that.
working process, like
Yeah.
how offices. Yeah, no, I know. And the few places you can rely on, they either can't do anything or they'll try to delay the issue. Like,
Yeah.
I give you one that I trust: the Maryland Office of Taxation. You know, that's it. That's the one place in the government I can trust 100%. I've seen it operating from the inside. Um, because of family members. I see them, I've talked to them, they don't have a problem. They say there's a problem. I'm like, nope, nope. They said there's a problem. I ain't listening to anybody else. Um, what is it? But the rest of Maryland's got some messed up stuff going on with it. You know, one thing will be right, and several things will be right, and then there's these two things that are wrong, and it just makes
Well,
everything horrible.
you ain't gonna get them all.
No, but some of these things are like out in the open, terrible, and it's
Yeah.
like some areas have dynasties of stupidity, and I'm like, why are you helping these people get in this position when you know they're not trying to help you? I'm like, nah, nah.
Well, a lot of people, you kind of, unfortunately, you have to vote. It might just be one thing you would vote just for that person.
You're
It
right.
just shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that way.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how raggedy the system is out here, along with these people that's running. That's how
Do
raggedy
you,
the system is.
do you think the voting system needs to change?
I don't even think that would help, bro.
Because I'm like, they only look
I,
at one. They only look at one section of the population or look at one thing or one issue, but everybody else's country has all these different things, all these different lists of parties, and it's like whoever wins all, I mean not wins all, but it's in stages. I kind of prefer that because I'm like, at least a lot of people's issues would get fixed. A lot of things would get fixed,
well,
not just one
I
thing.
think if you don't grease them pockets,
Nothing's
um,
going to change.
that exactly. That's what it really. You got to treat these politicians like prostitutes, and
Some of them work.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not
yeah,
gonna go
some
there.
of them are. Yeah. Yeah. You're
Yeah, they
right.
were.
But that's not.
Not that that's a
Yeah. Besides,
problem, but hey,
yeah. I mean, hey,
but
I don't got a problem. You
I
know,
mean,
but
no.
that's that's one way. You
Mm-hmm,
know, if you want, if you're looking out for your best interest, you know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? That's one way. But
Wait a minute. What do you
you
think is about to happen with that government, man? Now that everything's reversed, where Congress is now Republicans and Democrats have said it. They got control of the Senate.
I'm curious to see what happens. To be honest,
Mm-hmm.
because
As they were saying, go ahead.
I've been seeing what's been happening since I've been living, and it's the
Mm-hmm.
same old shit.
Right,
So
right.
I'm curious to see what will happen if when the Republicans take control. I want to see what happens. You know. Now
Yeah.
I think we got a taste. I think we got a taste of it when Trump was president. I think we
Mm-hmm.
kind of got a
Mm-hmm.
taste of it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a full dose,
Mm-hmm.
but we got a when Trump was the president,
Mm-hmm.
shit was flowing. It was
Mm-hmm.
flowing. That's one thing I
But
can
he had
say.
this.
There wasn't a lot of
I think they
cutbacks.
had the. I think
You
they had the
know,
control of the Senate
now if you say,
and the
if
Congress.
you say, no, yeah, exactly. Now a lot of people had a problem. Oh, I don't like how he talking. I don't give a fuck about that
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, man,
Is what you
I was
did.
in the military with guys like, yeah, I was in the
Right.
military with guys like Trump. You don't fear me.
Right.
You know, I punch
Right.
him in the mouth.
Right.
You know, I'm
But
like,
they're about to do an
when
investigation on. They're about to do an investigation on Biden's son. Did you hear that?
on his son.
Yeah, because he did some business with this
No, I haven't
company in
heard that.
Ukraine. So I'm like, and then they're trying to say he did something and then get him impeached or something like that. Like he did something wrong. I can't remember what it was. So that will get him
It
kicked out
seems
or
like,
something.
and plus, Biden, and I'd say most Democrats that I've been listening to over the past 30-something years, they don't like people like me. They don't like creative types. They don't like free enterprise. They don't like. No, they actually pass laws and public policy to kind of shit on people that, you know, the people that are doing things on the grassroots. They're like, oh hell with all that. You know, if you ain't no big Fortune 500, and see, I don't like that. You know,
Yeah, they do
I
it
don't like
in
that.
places where
I mean,
they
don't
do it
make
in
it.
places
Look,
where they don't. No, they're doing it in places where they don't feel like they need to 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 help anybody. They don't want to help anybody like that. It's just weird to me. I'm
well,
like, think you guaranteed to get this and
well,
guaranteed to get that.
well. If you don't want to help me, don't hurt me.
Right, right, right. Or
You
if I
know.
ask you for help and I'm telling you something's going on, do it. That's it. That's all I ask. Just do what I
Well,
need.
well, in most Democrat-run cities or towns,
Hmm.
if you
Hmm.
ask them for help, it's set up where there's some strings attached.
Hmm.
So I don't want your help. You know. Now you can say, well, some people say, well, the Republicans, they don't give you shit. Well,
Right.
I ain't never got shit anyway. So it don't matter. You know,
But
but don't hurt
I'm
me. That's all I'm saying.
right, right, right.
Don't make
Like I
it more difficult.
like what's his name? I think Hogan is the only politician that ever offered me a chance to help with business opportunities. All I had to do was get certain help with what do you call it? The Small Business Administration. I left my telephone number, my email, kept begging them for help, no response. Nothing. Mm-mm, nothing. So that's and I did it for months. So
Well, I heard SBA. I heard they full of shit anyway. You know, but I heard they have their own little
click.
criteria, and they're not
Hmm.
necessarily for the small business.
Hmm.
Not necessarily.
I
You
I
know.
think it's for a small business, but there's certain qualifications that I didn't even make them cover. It was just a mix of
Yeah,
things.
that's
I
what
was
I'm
like,
saying. You gotta be
I oh no,
like
it's
you gotta
yo.
be
I saw a lot of
you gotta.
people. I saw a lot of people that how do I put this? It's what they were trying to do was very simple, you know. But on the other hand, they weren't government projects, or they weren't
Exactly.
they weren't trying to do any bigger projects or anything
No,
like that, or anything to approach getting to a bigger project.
no.
And
Now
then also,
they'll give you money if it's you trying to get if you got a government project or trying to get one.
I was trying to get one, but they were, it's like, how do I put it? If didn't build and I understand this logic of this. All right. They were like, I'm thinking they wanted you to do a smaller business, right? I think that they want you to do a smaller business. But the type of things that I do and I'm capable of doing are bigger businesses, you know, or middle businesses, like above from little businesses. Like it seemed like they were willing to help somebody doing daycare or little mom and pop cleaning stuff or stuff like that. But they, like, say for instance, you wanted to own a storage company that was going to hold, what do you call it, military equipment, and you were guaranteed to
Yeah, I'm
get
a
the
look.
contract, or government equipment. They were acting
Yeah,
like all I had to do was either get a facility to rent out somebody's facility, or
no self
to
storage,
buy
right?
some, right, to do some kind of storage for the
Yeah,
government. I'm just saying that as a supposition. I'm saying
yeah. I'm look. You know what, man? I'm looking. I'm looking to buy self storage. I'm looking at
yeah,
that lately.
yeah, closer to military
Yeah.
base, the better it is. But I'm just
Don't necessarily
saying
got. It don't necessarily
something
got to
of
be
that.
military. You don't
But
necessarily
but
got
it,
to be military, but just
right.
in
But I'm
general.
saying, right, in general, it's not. It doesn't have to be a military contract. It's just that size. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
you couldn't help me with this. I'm like, okay, well, where do I go for this? And I really felt that I couldn't get any help. It's more like for what I want to do, they wanted me to work for somebody rather than do something on my own. And I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
they
what's the
funny
point?
style like that, man.
Right.
They
It's
funny
like
style like that.
they're ready to help their friends or themselves. You know, I mean, I don't hate my country. I just hate stuff that some people do. Some people do. It's just
Man,
off.
it's dog eat dog out here, man.
Right, right. I love it,
That's
but
all I ever. That's all I ever seen is dog eat dog out here.
yeah, and I mean
Everywhere
that's
I ever
not.
been,
There's dog eat
it's dog
dog,
eat
and
dog.
then there's you are basically screwing yourself over by not doing the thing that needs to be done. That's it. That's it. All you have to do is one thing, and you'd be fine. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just the small things. It's just the small things. It's like a DNA check for kids. How hard is that? There's no big deal. You say it's okay. Otherwise, go get one, but not mandatory. I mean, come on. How does that make that make sense? Make that make sense.
Well,
That
anything
doesn't.
dealing with the government it don't make sense. I
No,
don't even put
no.
that in the. I don't even put that in the category of making sense.
Right, right.
As a matter of fact, if you want to be successful, or if you want to, especially if you want to have a successful business, look at everything the government does and do the opposite.
Because if they could have done it right, they would have done it
The
that way in the
stuff
first place.
the stuff they do is a recipe for sabotage, for disaster.
Right.
Most of the stuff they do, I'm like, bro, what?
But you know, there's people in those offices and those buildings and whatnot. They want to do their
Idiots.
jobs. That because you know, people keep pointing DC is the problem. DC is the problem. DC is not the problem. You keep looking at those people living there. You keep looking at look. The people that work in those buildings are from DC and Maryland. They're not trying to screw you over. Actually, many times they have saved your ass. You know, in the parameters that they're allowed to. They're being told to do it a certain way.
Well, yeah, everybody's doing their job, whatever that is.
Right, right.
You know,
And the few times they go to help you out, they go off the off the road or
and they
whatnot.
might
You
get
know,
fired. They
almost get
might get
fired. They
fired, man.
these DC people aren't stupid. You ever sit with them and talk, that they'll yo think Dave Chappelle in an office. Dave Chappelle is funny to y'all and really organized with his stuff, and he's got one-liners and stuff like that. Now imagine a whole office of Dave Chappelle's, the whole office, men and women. That's what they're
No,
like
that wouldn't
on a
work.
daily. It's funny, it's hilarious, but you know, you you'd be hearing stuff like, well, I saw this this senator selling themselves on such and such street in a dress. And I'm like, that's funny, that's funny. Oh, that's a good joke. No, they're serious. Serious as hell. Serious as hell. But they're making it the hardest joke ever. I'm like, it's just so many crazy things that they're talking about. It's insane. It's insane.
Hmm.
But
What
yeah,
up,
they're
buddy?
trying to help you out.
What's up there, Sharp? What's up there, Mike?
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
All right. Just got on really. My phone's acting up. Can you guys hear me?
I'm definitely hearing you.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say sometimes it ain't all about doing the right thing, man. Because
Mm,
sometimes out here you are set up to fail, man.
yeah.
Especially on jobs. I had jobs where I did a report, and
Mm-hmm.
mysteriously the report I turned in ended up missing. So they said I
Mm-hmm.
didn't do my work.
Right.
You know what I mean, and that's a strike against me. But I had copies.
Mm-hmm.
So there are guys who see you shining.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to. They set you up to fail though to make themselves look good. What I'm trying to say.
Right. No, I got you. I got
Yeah,
you.
so you gotta be careful because it's cutthroat, man. It's like Game of Thrones. They're always trying to make a plan, right, to
Mm-hmm.
overthrow you, even though
Right.
you didn't do anything. It's just
Right.
a simple fact you have better skills than they do, because they
Right.
really
Right.
shouldn't be there.
Right. Yeah. Right. And they shouldn't be there. That's why I'm like sometimes appointing people in DC and stuff like that is just outrageous. It's like they'll get stuff done to the office, that never gets anything done. It's either got to operate this way or it doesn't operate at all, and they're trying to turn it into something else. And I'm like, no, 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 no. It's like every 4 years, every 2 years type of monstrosity that can't be controlled. It was going this way fine for a while, and then boom. All right, well, let's do it this way for a while. Boom. You know, it can be horrible. It can be very horrible. But then they blame those people down there. But that's not their fault. It's the people you sent.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
because like for instance, like I had a job, right?
Hmm.
Manager came in, tried to he got rid of a lot of people, right? He to try to
Hmm.
get rid of me for some crap, but something happened where the people he put in place,
Hmm.
right, messed
Yeah.
up something bad doing reports and stuff. He somehow flipped it and put it on them, but the whole point is they wouldn't be there if you didn't pick that person who was clearly not qualified to be there. So
Right. Right.
sometimes these guys will pick a person that they know is not qualified there because they want to put the blame on somebody
Somebody
else.
else.
That's why they're there. They're like human sacrifices. It's like, yeah, I'll put
FEMA.
you here, man. It's good. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm being serious because these
I
guys
no, no. I'm
have a
being
great
serious. FEMA.
job. Yeah, I'm serious too. I'm in Florida. I was in here for 2005 when the 3 hurricanes came through.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the whole point is these guys, they look for these human pets that they could easily manipulate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give them a good job, a good, whatever. And when the shit goes down, they always got them to blame. I'm being serious, man.
Mm-hmm. Because stuff like FEMA is easy to fix. I do not understand why they do that. It on an operational level for certain things. For certain things, they could get it fixed. I think 35 to 60% of it could be made where it's all smooth and it gets done. Not all this red tape and disgusting
They
crap.
don't,
But I won't get into
they don't
that.
want to fix it. They like it the way it
No,
is.
There it is.
no, they don't want to
There it
fix it.
is.
They
It's
like
it's
it.
dysfunctional. It's highly dysfunctional. I'll give you one thing. Well, they already do that, getting people out. But once you know there's a problem and it's already here, people have been there. You got buses, right? You got them everywhere, even stuff on the side. You got people that don't work but have what's his name? How hard is it for you to do emergency backups for people? How hard is it for you to give tax breaks for somebody to borrow their buses or borrow something like that to transport people out of there? How hard is it to build facilities, temporary facilities or sub-temporary facilities out in locations that have few jobs? There's plenty of places in America that need you to put in different facilities, different things, so that their counties and states can make money and you can put in those facilities. But they don't do it because,
But
and it
nope,
won't
nope.
cost them a lot of money to do it. It won't
You
cost them billions. It barely will probably cost them 100 million, but they don't want to do it. That's
Here's the
lazy.
reason why, right? All right, because
Mm-hmm.
I worked for a non-for-profit once.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you straight up, a black guy who was in the accounting found out the money wasn't going where the money was supposed to go. I'm talking about government money that was supposed
Right.
to go to helping like families. It was going to that CEO's pocket.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
these guys, they're playing this round robin game because they're taking the money and funneling it someplace else so
Mm-hmm.
somebody cannot track it. That's why they can't put up these shelters and have all these things ready for people because they're the ones taking the money for themselves.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't do it right, somebody's going to try to come in and take it.
Or if you do it right, they're like, oh man,
Right.
this guy's too honest. He's
Right.
gonna,
Right. That's the issue.
be a
That's what I'm
whistleblower.
saying.
We gotta
Right.
get
Right.
rid of him.
Right. He's making way too much money and start making up stuff about you. Nah.
Exactly, because now look, if the attention is put on you,
Mm-hmm.
you don't they'll never look at me. It's like a magic trick, man. They'll always try to put the attention on you because they're
Mm-hmm.
always in the background doing some sneaky stuff, man.
No, you're right. You're 100% right.
This is a cold game, man. Sharp said it best. It's a cold game. I'm telling you. And at the bottom line, it comes down to track that money, and I guarantee you, the heads of FEMA and everything knows a lot of money is going where it shouldn't be going.
Right. Right. And improperly filtered. I mean, just if it's going somewhere, it's going to disappear into somebody's pockets. It's not going to get done. Nothing's really going to get done.
Yeah, or goes back into the government to funnel some project that they had that they didn't want to be
Yeah.
approved, but they
Yeah.
approved their own self.
Right. Right.
Telling you, man. And the more opportunities there are to make money, the more cutthroat and grimy and corrupt it's going to be, based on my
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah. And most of the time, it's not even about making the money. A lot of them guys will get off just cutting somebody's throat. There's people out here that get off more of hurting somebody to make money than to actually make money.
Habitual line steppers.
Yeah,
Charlie
we call
Murphy
them
said that.
parasites.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're narcissists. They'll get off
Yeah, we
of
call them
seeing you.
parasites.
Yeah, this is real, and they'll
Yeah,
literally live their life day to day looking for somebody else to feed off of.
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
but
lot of people and businesses that a lot of people and businesses have done that over the years. Like they'll give you bad loans, know that you can't pay for it, and they know you're going to default because
mhm,
they know how much they know you can't afford to make the full amount of payments back. But they make as much as they can get off you with the interest.
right.
Yeah.
You know,
There was a movie, it was in
and they
Thailand about a white
target.
guy. Oh yeah. What was it? It was about a white guy and his family running for their lives. They're like overthrowing the country.
Hmm.
Um anyway, they found out that the reason they try to kill all the white people because the government, the USA or yeah, gave a loan to Thailand or something, man. They couldn't pay it back, so they made a giant like power plant because they couldn't pay it back. They took it from them. You know what I mean? It was a huge setup.
Oh wow.
What was the man? No would have run or something like that. Interesting movie, but it was a setup. The whole film was just about giving somebody a loan, knowing you cannot pay this back, so I can take your country. That was the whole point.
Oh yeah, they do that with countries now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you default on the loan, they just take over the whole country.
Yep. They just
And
come take over the whole country and then bring in their new politician that they've
They bring in,
already planted.
which is why those
and that's
countries in Southeast Asia don't let you take a company over 49%. You only get 49. No more than that.
Okay, gentlemen, but I gotta go.
and don't
But I'll see you guys
don't.
next time.
All right. Bye.
I tell you this.
You were saying?
Nah, let me tell you. Nah, don't be fooled when them guys say stuff like, "Oh, they give you get you get 49%. You gotta have 51%." Look, when you see, let me tell you when you know these countries have been taken over. When you see them big businesses come through there,
Mm-hmm.
Sprint,
Mm-hmm.
Verizon, Google, Amazon, if they're in there, these countries, it's over. They done took over. Don't them people that live there. They'll say, "Oh, my country is them politicians done sold you out, bro. They sold all
Mm-hmm.
y'all out years ago.
What
Because there's
was
people that
what's
say the same thing about Japan. They say the same thing about Japan. I said, look, Japan is a white European colony at this point. They just done took over everything. And they'll be like, "Oh, we got a peace treaty." Well, we don't know what's in the peace treaty.
we don't
So
even
we
know what's
don't
in the
know.
country.
We don't know
I
what
don't
they
even know
wrote.
what's in I don't even know what's in the country, to be honest.
But all I know is when I go to Japan, I see these big ass companies that's over there. That's in America. They ain't over there now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see big ass. I don't see them big companies everywhere else I go. I see them in Japan though. Them big companies ain't in China like that.
Who was I talking about?
Walmart over there. Yeah, but I don't
I was
see.
talking I was talking to somebody about that. There's like a server farm thing going on. I forget. It's either
Well, they
Japan
got
or
them things
somewhere
everywhere.
else. Yeah,
They got them things. They got them things everywhere.
yeah, they do,
In
but
India,
this one was going to be super large.
China, everywhere.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they got them things everywhere. They got them in Bangladesh. They're everywhere.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it doesn't.
Nobody.
that shit is not really a big deal. Yeah, that's cheap labor, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if they had that here in America, and they used to.
Yeah.
They used to
Well,
have it.
those farms.
They used to have it in the middle of America. Places
Yeah.
like North Dakota, South Dakota, places like that.
Didn't you hear
Iowa,
the part? Didn't you hear the part of that
Oklahoma.
drought? Did you hear part of that drought was those foreign farms from China and the Middle East? They're sucking
Bro,
up
I've
the
been
stuff
hearing
with
about this
alfalfa.
shit. I've been hearing about this shit since the 90s, bro. And what
I was like,
it's gonna run out of water. They're gonna run out of water. They're gonna run out of food. Yeah, we still got
right,
food, bro. And this is
yeah,
30 years ago.
right.
So what are we talking about?
No,
They
but
say first they said,
all that land, are they going to be able to like do any type of voting or do any type of control of the area? What's going to come
where?
with that for those super farms that they got down there? They're huge, really
I
huge
don't know.
farms.
That's up to them. That's up to them.
Mm.
I mean, some of these
'Cause I'm like,
places farming, and some of these other countries, farming is still a big thing.
mm,
Agriculture is still a big thing. Even over here, it's still big, but it's not the way it used to be.
no,
I know a lot of black people. We don't fuck with the farming no more like that. So I mean, some people do, but not. It ain't the way it used to be. It ain't like Grandpa was. Grandpa, people today they're not like Grandpa. You know what I'm
well, they
saying?
kind of got pushed out of that, but I won't get into that.
Well, but that started even before they started slacking off on the farming. You know that
Right,
it started when
right,
Grandpa died. As far as
right.
them not having crops, but the land that's this well, they didn't really have to steal nothing. They just gave it away.
Yeah.
Shit.
What is it? My great
I mean,
grandfather's
they just gave them free
family.
land.
Hmm.
Yeah. The
But then
only reason why some black men had land back then because they made a deal.
mm, mm,
They made a deal with the local government back then.
mm,
Hey, you're gonna distribute, through us, and you can build your house on your land and do whatever, you know what I'm saying?
mm.
But you're not gonna make no goddamn real money. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
and plus they'll leave you alone if you were a farmer back then. You don't gotta worry about the clan, none, they'll leave you alone.
I
That
don't
was the
remember
deal.
that. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, this was in the early 1900s. Because my grandmother and my mom, they used to tell me stories about that shit.
That's weird
Because
because
some people got their land stolen. And then
Mhm.
some people and a lot of white people got free land. And
Right.
but even the black people that had land, they got that shit jacked.
Mm.
They were slaughtered. But if you
Yeah,
were a
yeah,
farmer, they would leave you alone.
yeah.
That's
Because
what it's
well, they
kind of
still
like.
have it. They still have it, but like
Yeah,
we have
some
family
of them
members
still
that
have it.
had stuff, but like the late 1800s, early yeah, like
Like
1880 something. Or,
they still
it,
have a lot of them still have it today, but
yeah,
they ain't
yeah.
doing shit with it. Yeah,
Because it was like what do you call it? Like I would look on the census, everybody was renting. People from Germany, people from here, from there. Everybody was renting. People from America, born here, raised here, they were renting. Rent. And then I see my family, my great grandparents or my great grandparents here and there owned. I was like, what the hell? You're not renting? How did you do that? I know what they did, and it made a lot of money because of But I was like,
Yeah, it's good.
because it's stuff that people didn't want to do. You know, they did that, and they got stuff for themselves. So, you know, that's how they did that. But I didn't know they owned all this, and I didn't know that there were people around them that didn't own anything. You know, nothing at all.
I mean, a lot of GIs got screwed over too, bro, when they got out. I mean, the ones that came
Right,
back from Vietnam,
right.
you know,
But
it's like,
I'm wondering if doing the horrible jobs kept them from being messed with, instead of everybody else. That's what I'm wondering.
no,
Because they,
no,
mm,
they were going at it, bro. They were going
mm,
at it. They were, look,
because
let me tell you something.
they didn't get messed with like that.
What, GIs?
No, 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 no. I was talking about my family members doing that stuff. But we were talking about the property stuff and the farmer government thing.
Well, back
I'm just like,
then, it depends on who you were rolling with.
mm, mm.
It depends on who you were rolling with. And it's still like that to this day. There's
You're
certain
getting me
people, you know, it's, oops, uh-oh, I think I
sorry.
lost
I think my phone's about to die.
you. Oh,
All right.
okay.
Well, I'll talk to
All
you
right,
later, man.
man. Take it easy, bro.
All right. Bye.
Peace. There you have it. Another episode. So yeah, man. You know, we talked about that money. We talk about money in more than one ways, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, whether it's money, resources included, women are just, you know, women follow, women will get in line once you know, once you get yourself together, women will get in line. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is why I don't talk to women. I talk to guys because women, they don't listen. But hey, at the end of the day, money, the more money you have, more opportunities you can create, more time freedom, etc. You know? So hey, check out my Patreon, all that good stuff. Don't forget to check out the Love Can't Wait podcast and all that good stuff, man. So till next time, I'm out. Peace.
Alright. Just got the call, it's going down tonight. It's a lot of goodbyes here tonight. But then I saw the sky and that I like.